Hey everybody, welcome back to Resident Nario channel. Today I'm doing a season 6 and a season 7 recap on Supernatural. So these recaps are going to be a little bit different, are going to be a lot faster because I'm not going to be recapping each and every single episode. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit faster because we're at the end of the whole end of the line, guys. We're trying to get it before the October 8th premiere. So let's get to it. So like I'll be continuing doing, I'll be letting you guys know what are the important episodes to watch. Episodes to watch for season 6 are episode 1, episode 7, episode 20, and 22. Alright, let's get to it. So it's 1 year after the events of the season 5 finale. Also, I forgot to mention this in the season 5 finale. Cass dies and is brought back to life. It's kind of an important detail because we'll get to it. So 1 year later, Dean has been living a suburban life. He's been living with Ben and Lisa. He's been kind of content, not 100% happy, but content enough. Anyways, there's a monster kind of goes after him. He needs Sam's help, and Sam comes and shows up and tells him, "Yo, I'm alive." Dean is happy, but also like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Because Sam has been alive for the full year, hasn't told his brother anything, because he says that like Dean is happy. We also find out that not only is Sam back, but also their grandpappy from their mom's side is back, Samuel. And so Dean's trying to figure out, like, how is that even possible? Like, you weren't even supposed to come back. So he prays to Castiel and it's like, yo, how is Sam back? Castiel ends up coming, which I found hilarious.
So what, you like him better or something?
Dean and I do share a more profound bond. I wasn't gonna mention it.
Look, if Sam calls, you answer. Okay, you wing your ass down here and you tell him, I don't know. Just because we have some sort of a bond or whatever.
Because he likes Dean better. Well, that's not the reason, because it's like a weapon of God that falls down. And with that weapon of God, he's like, yo, I need that for leverage in heaven. Like, what's going on in heaven? There's a civil war that broke out in heaven. There's a side of Raphael and there's a side of Castiel. If you're in Raphael's side, you want the apocalypse to happen. If you want Castiel's side, you want Angel's free will. Anyways, and he's like, if Raphael gets his hand on it, that's too much leverage for him and he could win this whole war. And they're like, whoa. So he's like, yo, just don't bother me too much because I'm really busy. But so they have no answers about how Sam is back or how even Samuel is back. So Dean and Sam go on the road just because Dean is just too anxious about like everything, and so, which prompts like him and Lisa to break up, which I personally found sad because I did like Dean and Lisa together. I know a lot of people don't really like her and I just don't understand why. I thought she was great. And my hope is that at the season 15 finale, he gets back together with Lisa. That's my hope. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. That's like probably the last thing. Anyways, Sam's been acting different since he's got back. We then find out that it's because he lost his soul. He has no soul. His soul is still in the pit with Lucifer. After trying to like, and then Crowley is trying to force them to work for him. He's like, the reason I brought you back is because I need alphas. Alphas are the very first monster ever created. We made a couple of alphas, including the very first vampire ever created. Anyways, he wants the alphas for something which we later find out is to open the doors of purgatory. Anyways, the brothers are pissed. They're like, they don't want to work for Crowley. And he's like, well, if you don't work for me, I'm gonna put even Sam's body back into the pit. And so they end up getting together with Meg and trapping Crowley. And then Meg wants to kill Crowley because she was such a loyalist to Lucifer that if she stays alive, like Crowley wants her dead. So she's like, I want him to die so I don't die. So they end up working with Meg to do that. But anyways, their grandfather ends up sailing them down the river and is like, yeah, I'm actually gonna not let you guys do that because I want your mother back to life. And they're like, yo, you know she wouldn't want this. You know she wouldn't want you to sacrifice us just to go back to life. She'll be pissed at you. Anyways, they do make a point of this, and then Castiel comes and like when they're trapped saves them, and he ends up burning Crowley's bones. So we end up finding out when Bobby gets his soul back that because remember from last season, Crowley has not given Bobby's soul back. They get Bobby's soul back by finding Bobby's bone, by finding Crowley's bones and trying to burn them as like kind of like a negotiation tactic. And we find out that demons can also die the same way ghosts can by burning their bones. It was a myth that they now prove and right. Anyway, so Castiel grabs Crowley's bones and burns them, and then now Crowley is dead. So everything is fine until later on we find out that Crowley isn't dead. They find out through Eve. Eve is the mother of all monsters, and she creates Jefferson starships, which are named so beautifully and elegantly by Dean. Anyways, and then so like now Sam, Bobby, and Dean are like really like doubting Cass. They're like, wait, how did he get confused in killing that? And then we get a recap episode of like what's been going on with Castiel. Castiel has been getting a civil war in heaven. And because he was brought back to life, he had all this energy. He ends up going into hell, bringing Sam back, but he didn't know he was bringing Sam back without his soul. Also, I got to mention this, that they end up getting Sam's soul back from the pit, by asking Death for a favor. And they even try to get Adam's soul back, but that's like, nah, only one. Pick one. And so, of course, Dean picks Sam. Sam at first doesn't want his soul back because, like, they find out through Crowley that, like, it's been skinned raw, by Lucifer. And so non-soul Sam tries to kill Bobby because if you commit patricide, your soul won't want to come back in you. But before he kills Bobby, he gets his soul back, and then Death tells them, look, I've put up a wall in Sam's mind. If he scratches said wall, it will all come tumbling down, and he probably will become cray-cray. And there's a moment where he kind of has a seizure, or like, yeah, he kind of has a seizure for scratching it too much, and then Dean's like, never do that again. But anyways, in Castiel's memory, he didn't know he brought Sam back, but now he's like, he wants to start the Civil War in heaven, but he's not powerful enough, and he doesn't have enough, like, followers to do it, and then he finds out that he needs souls. Crowley decides to get those souls for him. He's like, yo, I will help you out getting these souls. I'll lend you souls from hell if you let me get it into purgatory. He's like, why would you do that? Because there's a bunch of souls in there that we can both use. We can split the souls up. I'll give you a loan for my half. You can have these, and then I'll just take 50 from your half, and we'll open the doors to purgatory and get souls. Anyways, when Eve tells them this, and that's why they're hunting down the alphas, and that's why Samuel's been working with Crowley to get the alphas to open the doors to purgatory, Sam didn't want to stop this. Like, they found this out later, like, because, like, Castiel just does a lot of shady stuff. Anyways, by the time and then one of the things that they do is that they also try to cook Crowley again once they find out he's alive again. Crowley, ends up kidnapping Ben and Lisa because Castiel, like, you will not lay a hand on the Winchesters. So he ends up killing Ben and Lisa. Dean finds Ben and Lisa, erases their memories, has Cass erase their memories, and tells Sam, like, never mention them again, which is really sad. And now he's just pissed. He wants to stop Cass from opening the doors to purgatory, and Cass doesn't listen. He ends up actually taking all the souls from purgatory and ends up killing Raphael because Crowley goes to Raphael when he gets betrayed by Castiel, but Castiel's like, yeah, it's not happening. He ends up killing Raphael and takes all the souls, and he is now the new god. And also, I forgot to mention, he also broke down the wall in Sam's mind. So that's the end of season 6. Alright, I know that was an interesting recap. Alright, so season 7, the episodes that you need to watch for season 7 are episode 1, episode 10, episodes 21, 22, and 23. I know, it's a lot of episodes, but a lot happens. So, Cass is now the new god, but the souls are draining his vessel, are just draining him, are pretty much killing him from the inside out. So then, Dean goes to Death again and is like, yo, how can we stop this? They're like, I'm gonna open up purgatory again, but don't bother me again. Don't do this again, because if you bother me again, I'm gonna be pissed as hell, because I warned you about this, because he did warn them, like, when, like, he put the wall up in Sam's mind. He also can't rebuild that wall up because it's been, like, now, when Cass tore it down, he tore that thing down, and so, like, it cannot be rebuilt. There's nothing to rebuild anymore. Definitely remember that. Anyways, Death opens up the door to purgatory again, and then, Dean and Sam convince Cass to bring back the souls into purgatory. They eventually do, and Castiel puts back the souls in purgatory, but Leviathans stay in him. And then after staying in him, they escape to the outside world, and we're like, no! Anyways, now that he's escaped and just everything, he's presumed dead for a while. We just don't see Cass, so now Leviathans are over there. They're these monsters that, like, were, like, there from the dawn of time, even before man. That's what Death says. But they are like leeches. They will destroy all of humanity. So they just stopped the apocalypse, and now they gotta deal with Leviathans. Humanity just can't stay safe, can it? Going back to Sam real quick. Sam, now that the wall has been broken, he's having hallucinations with Lucifer. He can't tell what's real and what's not real, so that's something definitely important to know. He doesn't know if he's back in the cage or not, which I think is excellent writing. We also get this one episode where Dean kills a friend of Sam, and because the friend was a monster, she was killing because she was trying to save her kid, because her kid was also a monster, the monsters that eat pituitary glands or something like that. And so she's like, he was sick, he needed that, but I promised it'll be the last time. But Dean's like, it's a monster, so he kills said monster. Sam gets mad at this. He's like, why would you do this? I told you not to do this. And so I don't know, because later on they make up again, and I don't know how to feel about this, because then when they make up, they interact with Amazons, like actual like Wonder Woman type of Amazons, and one of them has a kid with Dean, and they raise this Amazon to kill their fathers. That's what they have to do. And Dean's like conflicted. She didn't want to kill his own daughter, even though she's kind of a monster, but Sam does, and I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't know. I mean, right now they're just acting like so out of character, in my opinion. Anyways, they're still like trying to hunt down Leviathans, of course. We end up finding out that Dick is one of those people, that Dick is the ruler of all the Leviathans, and he is now owns like this huge corporation who's taking over the world, like literally, but like are acting like humans, because Leviathans can also like go into humans and be like, have human bodies and like meld in together. And while they're trying to figure out all of this, they also meet Frank, who is a friend of Bobby's. Frank is like hacking into the Leviathan, like the Dick's like corporate system, and is trying to figure out everything he can about Leviathans, because they also don't know how to kill Leviathans at this point. They later find out that you can kill Leviathans with pretty much soap and cutting off their heads, which I found hilarious. Bobby actually finds that out, and they also find out one more thing about Dick and about the corporation. They're building something. And the way they find out about this is the fact that Bobby dies. I know, Bobby dies in season 7. He's been like a father to them. I know I pretty much have like bypassed a lot of Bobby moments throughout my whole recaps, but he's a father to them. And we see this beautiful moment that his best moment in life is just having the boys sitting there watching TV and just being a family. And if you didn't cry in that moment, can we even be friends? Why are you watching this? Why are you here? That's pretty much all I have to say about that. I was just so mad. On a lighter note, Sam is afraid of clouds. We find that out, which I found hilarious. We also meet Chrissy. She's Hunter's daughter. She will be popping up again later on. We also meet Garth in this. And on an even lighter note, Sam gets married to Becky, and it is all because of magic. Like there's a demon making deals, and the demon making deals is not other than Mr. Aaron Burr, sir. I'm not kidding. He appears. I did not know Leslie Odom Jr. appeared in this, which I thought was hilarious. He dies very quickly. I mean, it was sad that he died so quickly. But yeah, he's there. Becky marries him, but she keeps his name. I find it hilarious. And we meet Garth in this episode, and Garth is actually the one who discovers that Bobby's been still around, even though he's dead. He's a ghost now. We have Bobby Ghost. Oh my goodness. But Bobby's ghost, like, because Dick is the one who kills Bobby, he's kind of turned into a vengeful spirit. So they end up having to, like, re-kill Bobby. And I don't know why the writers would make a ghost Bobby. I really don't, because I think that the way he died, you know, like, when he was a human, like, his first death was such an amazing way. I really think they should have just ended it there and have him reappear in heaven. Because he does reappear in heaven, but I think that would have been better than this ghost Bobby. So also Frank dies. I know, I just mentioned Frank. Frank was so funny. I love Frank. I can't believe they killed Frank off so quickly. The paranoid, like, guy. So he dies. And Charlie is this redheaded girl, nerdy girl, who's working in Dick's office. She was, in charge of hacking into Frank's system. And via Frank's system and via Charlie hacking into this, she finds out that he's a Leviathan. And so Dean and Sam ask her to help them out. Okay. So Charlie doesn't know if Dean and Sam are actually going to be successful in this endeavor, so she decides to kind of leave. But don't worry, Charlie will be back because we love Charlie. Charlie is bae. So another character that we actually get to meet in this season, we get to meet Kevin Tran. He's such a sweetheart. He is a prophet of the Lord. We got another one, not just Chuck. We got Kevin Tran. Kevin is like this really cute, geeky kid. He becomes prophet of the Lord. He didn't even know that was like even a possibility in his life, so he's like a little shooketh. We also, and the way we find this out is because when Charlie hacks into Dick's system. She finds out that he's been digging somewhere. Sam and Dean get it, and it turns out to be a Leviathan tablet that tells them exactly how to kill Leviathans. Anyways, Kevin translates it and tells them, look, the way you can kill them is by killing the leader, which is Dick. You kill the leader, all Leviathans are destroyed. Pretty much the master plan. So Sam and Dean do just that. But they also discover that they're going to need some other stuff, which then we find out that Castiel is alive! Yes, y'all, Castiel is alive. He's actually Emmanuel. But then he remembers he's an angel, so they ask him for his help. Then we get Meg, Meg is the demon. She kind of has like a moment with Castiel, like a Meg Steel moment. Remember that wall inside Sam's mind, and Castiel, because he feels so guilty of everything he's done, he ends up taking all the visions inside of him, so now he's a little cray-cray. And so you have to be extra sensitive with Castiel. So the fact that they so not only did Castiel also need Crowley, they ended up getting Crowley on board because Dick didn't want Crowley's help. So Crowley wanted to join forces with Dick, but Dick was like, nah, you're just a speck. So they end up getting Dick's Crowley's help as well. And so they have to be very cautious with these two people, because now they have like an angel who's just a little spazoid, and then we have Crowley, who's the king of hell. But they end up killing the Leviathan. They end up killing Dick, but not without consequences. First of all, we get Sam, Dean, and Castiel going into purgatory with Dick. Then we get Crowley and Kevin gone. So I'm assuming, so we can safely assume that Crowley has Kevin, and then we get Sam all alone. And that's, my friends, is the finale of season 7. That's it, your 2 season recaps. Thank you for watching Resident Nerdical channel. Season 8 and season 9 recaps should hopefully be up very, very soon. Also go check out season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and season 5 recaps that are already up in my channel. Go check them out. Don't forget, in case for some reason you come across this one first before you watch season 5, I have already fixed the audio in season 3, so definitely go check it out. Alright, thank you for watching!